Don't swear in front of the baby Yoda. It hurts the YouTube algorithm. I'm Brian Carey, and this is Cannonballs, a comedy podcast where we discuss the plot of all the Star Wars media that Disney has deemed canon, including books, comics, TV, and movies. I'm joined, as always, by my co-hosts, Matthew Martirosian, Aaron Laramie, and Wesley, such a large bounty for such a small package, Isaac.
Pull up! All craft, pull up! It's a trap!
The sultry sounds of Tudor Petku just opening up this episode. How are you boys doing this week?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That was a smooth intro, Brian.
I
You-
think that was error-free.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how much did you practice it before?
Not at all. I wrote it like 10 minutes before I came online.
Fuck, man.
He
That was
practiced it
pretty
for
solid.
hours. For hours.
Honestly,
he
though, I think that I'm going to learn sign language just so I can sign you guys while like we do the intro music. So I can be like,
That is so perfect, Wes. I literally have written down, how did Helen Keller speak?
practiced- Wait,
what, one more time?
How did Helen Keller speak?
with her
Like, you
mouth?
want me to do it? You want me to do it impersonation?
Yeah,
I'll
I've seen
take it.
the Family Guy episode of this, and I
She's
can't
deaf
say
and
it's-
blind, right? I understand she could learn sign language.
No,
How
she
did
could.
the noises to speak.
Because she could speak at a very young age.
Well, we looked it up today. She went deaf and blind at 18 months.
Yeah, she could speak at like 12 months.
Mm.
She's a child
probably.
prodigy until
we
she went deaf and blind.
Yeah, until her, and then her life was derailed this summer. The story of Helen Keller.
Rob Schneider
Born a
is Helen
child
Keller.
prodigy.
He was a child prodigy till the age of 1 year, and then at 18 months, something terrible happened, and her life was turned upside down.
She forgot the word water.
Whoa!
Yeah. That's
Oh,
how
yikes,
she
that was
sounded
like-
at the end of the movie.
That whole thing was in very poor taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rated PG-13.
I just don't know. I feel like if you're signing to people, that makes sense. There's something else going on.
I think
You think
she
she was
was a little
faking
bit.
it? She
So,
could have been faking it.
Brian, have you seen the
Yikes. Got him!
Have you seen the YouTube video of Stevie Wonder at like the We Are the World concert that they did in the 80s?
Oh,
like
where
Michael
he catches
Jackson
the
and like all those guys.
microphone?
He catches the microphone that's falling behind him, and they're like, "Ha ha!" Like people are like, "He's a fucking liar."
No,
No,
he
could you
did
imagine?
Daredevil.
He could just
That's
smell
what
it.
I think.
He was like,
Yeah,
It smells like a falling microphone.
that
He is
smells
like-
like a
yeah.
microphone.
I guarantee you.
But
he's
like
fucking-
I get it. Like I know this is a dramatization of the movie, but like the teacher holds her hand underwater, signs water in her hand, and like that's how you learn water. Like now you can sign water. You know what it is. How is
Yeah.
she speaking it now?
Just
She
like
can
fucking
hear that?
Did
tossing
she
it out.
learn all the sounds and noises before 18 months?
She's just tossing it out there. She was like, and they're like, yeah, get it, like she just got it right. It was just a
She's
shock
called
and
a prolific
Yeah.
author and speaker.
So I know that
Yeah, honestly, no, that's not fair though. That's like, yeah, she's a prolific author and speaker.
prolific relatively.
Well, yeah, relative to her disability, like she wasn't writing fucking Shakespeare shit. She was writing like the dog said hi, and you're like, fuck, she wrote that. Holy
She's
shit,
so good. Yeah.
prolific. You're like, holy shit, that's
All right,
amazing.
that makes sense.
Yeah, if I had no arms and used my
Yeah.
stubs to fucking drive a tractor trailer, you'd be like, fucking what's a great driver? I might not do anything extraordinary, but I'd be like,
No, I agree. It's like the
And that's
Emmys where they
it.
have their own class, like their own
Yeah.
categories. Like Helen Keller won her division for best book written by a deaf-blind woman.
yeah,
It's-
Okay. All right.
yeah, it's single A ball.
So she's a motivational speaker, and the guys turn next to each other like, well, that's the best motivational speech I've heard.
Yeah, I'm motivated to do a lot
Water,
of things.
water,
Yeah,
water.
Yeah, and they're like, that's pretty good considering she can't see or hear. This AAA baseball game, dude. You go to the Yard Goats. I'm not like, man, they're jacking homers. I'm like, that seems like decent baseball from guys that aren't that great.
Good.
Yeah,
But I'm not like, how the fuck dare you? Or I'm not like, this guy's the MVP. He's the next Fernando Tatis. Nope.
I want to say that if you're legally blind and deaf, like that's not like someone who's legally deaf isn't like they can't hear anything at all. Like it's a certain
That's true.
degree. Like when you're legally blind, it's not like just darkness.
I got
Yeah,
It's just to a point where like you're,
most
you know what I
can
mean?
see something.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
just our like definition of seeing or hearing is not.
You think
what
there's
they
a
can
chance
fucking
somebody
do.
faking it, like one of these famous
Stevie
people?
Wonder?
Yeah, like just somebody out there, some famous person who's deaf or blind.
You heard it on
Just fake
Cannonball's
it.
podcast. Stevie Wonder faking it.
Stevie Wonder's just in his house like juggling.
You want to get more views? You heard it here first. Stevie Wonder actually can see.
Yeah.
So
Stevie Wonder, comment in the Twitch chat.
You guys have been amazing at segues today. You're fucking on it. So last episode or episode before, I told you to go knock on your neighbor's house or something to try to get our YouTube subscribers up. So I want to
log
start
onto their phone.
Yeah. I want to start, and I'll start us off. Each week, one of you guys give a creative way to get us more subs. So here's my thought. So my first one.
I've got one. I got one. If we want to get more
you
subs.
want to? If you want to open it up, you go ahead. I can save this one. I can pocket it.
There's this place called Subway, right? And they have 2-for-1 sub deal, right? Where you buy 2 subs, you get 1 sub free. And I think we capitalized on that marketing strategy by Subway. It's called Subway. I mean, they got subs, foot long, 6-inch, the whole shebang.
Can we kick Aaron off the podcast? I don't want
We're
Aaron.
a serious podcast here, Aaron.
I don't want Aaron around anymore.
We're not on
Just
serious
get rid of
or
him.
XM, so.
So I don't.
Okay, can we kick Mardi
Who's
off
gonna
too?
sign
Yeah,
off?
Mardi said that.
that was it. It's a good one. Aaron's on a roll.
Just like a sub.
Just like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Very good.
Yeah.
So I'm
I-
thinking very few.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm thinking very few of our listeners actually make it to the end. So here's where I'm going to give my whole get us free sub ideas. So I want you to. I don't know about you guys, but none of my grandparents are tech savvy. I want you to call all your grandparents. Be like, hey, it's your favorite grandkid. Just call and say hi.
Oh, you got it wrong.
And so they start talking, and you're Wes, question.
I like where you're going with this, but I think
As
you're going
children
the wrong
of
direction.
divorce, we may have more grandparents.
I do have more grandparents, but some of them are dead. But anyway, I like where you're going with this, but I would go the other direction where we call each other's grandparents
You
and
get young
say,
children.
It's their favorite grandkid.
no, I say bring. I go, hi, is this Aaron Laramie's grandparents? And they go, yeah. I go, I have your son. He's overseas. I need you to watch it.
You have their son?
I have your son, Aaron's father.
My son, my boy.
My boy. I just want to do my boy. But but I think that if we threaten them,
No, I
instead
agree.
of taking money, we just
Dude,
make them subscribe.
Yeah.
So
So
a great motivator.
you call as a Nigerian prince and you say that you have their social security number and that the only way you'll
Absolutely.
get that they won't expose the social security number is if you subscribe and 3 others subscribe to the podcast.
Hello.
Yeah,
you're gonna be
I have-
like, hello?
I have
Jeff
a
Bezos?
compromising video of you. Yeah, I think that if we
you pretend
we
you
should-
can't hear the grandparent and you're like, what? Grandma, I can't. Do you have YouTube on your phone? It causes issues. I need you to open it up. You need to go to Cannonball's podcast and hit subscribe.
Yeah.
You
need to make an account first? All right. Well, just type in your email, make a password.
and your social security number.
Yeah. your home address.
Yeah, I think
If
I think
you have
we should
Amazon
start
Prime, then
scamming-
you have Twitch Prime.
no, I think we need to start scamming
No.
old people to sign on. We're gonna have it's gonna be like Cannonball's podcast, #1 podcast among users 80 and up.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine
I
how
know,
many
wait,
advertisers we get.
Dude, we'll win the award, and then they'll be like #1 podcast among users 80 and up, and Helen Keller will be like,
Oh, we'd have to run a Trump ad. Because that's our demo.
"Do you like racism?
And a word
Come on
from
down
our
to Cannonball's
sponsors.
Racist Podcast. We're America, and we're racist, just like that person asked. Yeah, we are racist down here. We love Trump. Come on down, Cannonball's Podcast." And then we'll get old people. Perfect.
I can
You guys
see
are
the
geniuses.
Do you know how
numbers
ads
are
on
skyrocketing.
podcasts
I can
work, Wes?
feel the fame coursing through my among old people. They'll be like, "Excuse me, Steady, are you that guy from Cannonballs?" I'll be like, "Yeah." And I don't know, I talk like that too.
I mean, you're onto something there because you just go to a Trump rally or something, and people would be done with it. You'd be like, "Yeah, this is what we talk about on here. If you subscribe to this,
Oh,
Problem is
dude,
that
we get our
that's-
Cannonballs t-shirts, and once we actually, I kind of want to get these made and just wear them to random places.
Isn't
oh,
Star
we
Wars
totally
kind of
own
about
libs on our podcast. You should subscribe.
Star Wars is kind of about Nazi Germany anyway. It's mostly propaganda, so I think it's perfect.
That's right.
Yeah, if I've learned
Darth
anything
Vader
from my
is
time
cooler.
hanging out in random parties, it's that that this is pretty much Nazi propaganda. So
You almost nailed it.
what was it?
Well,
What was it?
And that's
What
a
were-
great segue right into Disney.
Was Walt Disney a Nazi?
He didn't like Jewish people for sure.
So what Wes is referring to is we were at a party and I got into a heated discussion with someone who claimed Rogue One was a bad movie because it tried to justify the Afghanistan war.
Oh, rats! I thought it was Nazis. My mistake.
I get that train. Of
I
thought.
was too busy having fun.
I mean,
Yeah.
there are actual similarities
like,
to
hold
stormtroopers
on.
and Nazis.
yeah,
I need
let's
to
just
correct
talking
this
Jets
person.
baseball over in the corner."
That would have been
Brian's
a perfectly
jumping
normal
in. He's like,
conversation.
I gotta correct this bitch. Let him know.
Oh, I couldn't let
Yeah,
him say a
Brian's
dumb thing.
just like Brian's pounding the
Yeah.
table like, I gotta say something.
How dare you?
I look at Wes, and Wes is like, "Please don't." And I'm like,
I
I
was
can't
like-
let people say dumb things at parties.
And I was like, I'm gonna go talk about the Mets.
That's
fun. I'm gonna have Mets conversation. Any of you girls know the Mets? And they're all like, "Woo!" And I'm like, "All
They're
right,
like, who?
I'll see you later, Brian." Like that. It's great time.
So
I had
Wes,
a great time.
you watched episodes 1 and 2.
Yeah, I did.
Congrats, bud.
Give us your quick recap. Keep it under 120 seconds. Go.
Yeah, fuck. I'm already nervous. I don't really remember. Oh, he catches the guy with the weird neck thing. The guy is like, we don't like droid boats. He gets on the little boat.
Yep.
The dude gets eaten by the thing. They go into the place. He delivers them. He's like, carbonite, instant carbonite, bitch. And then he does something else. I don't really remember. And then he's like, yo, I got this little beep boop device. Let me go get this, get this old dude. He shows up, and the little robot guy is like, I am a robot dude who collects bounties. And I'm like, yeah, that seems
That's
realistic.
Taika
What's he gonna do with the
Waititi.
Taika
what's he
Waititi,
gonna-
baby.
What's he gonna do
Killer.
with the money? So anyway,
Give it
Hitler
to
shows up.
underprivileged droids.
That's from
Yeah,
last week, Marty. We can't double
Oh, damn
up.
it! I'm
yeah,
trying
it's
to find
double.
my-
You can't do that.
Trying to find
Yeah,
my marker.
fuck you.
anyways.
It's good though. It's good that you need to find the
Yeah,
pen.
he's on top
So,
of it. I appreciate it.
Fucking guy. So yeah, he's like beep boop scoobity doop, and they find little Yoda, and he's like, look at that, it's,
Dude, he's
it's little
fucking
Yoda,
Doming
and he's
people.
like, little Yoda. They steal the little Jawa shit. He like incinerates like 3 of them, and I'm
He
like,
does.
yeah, fuck those
Dude,
assholes.
he fucks some people up. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he gets shot off the top of it and busts his ass, and he's like, that's my ship. I want my parts back. And they're like, we'll trade you for this gross fucking egg, this gross hairy egg. And little Yoda's like,
It's so hairy.
It's almost all hair. Yeah, he gives him the 5-finger death
he gives him the
punch.
claw. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then
You're scared of the claw.
also I know that
The
last
claw.
week we discussed I know that last week we discussed Fuck you guys. I was so
Wes
close.
takes no interruptions in his synopsis.
I was so close to not laughing at it, and I was like, I was like the fucking claw. That little knife that he stabs the mudhorn in the neck with, that knife like vibrates or some shit. Like that knife, that's like a cheat
It's a
insta
sharp
kill knife.
vibrator.
That's why
Yeah.
That's one of the things we said last week. Is that's kind of a bullshit.
You don't know.
kill.
Well,
He's
I
got,
was-
like,
I was
it's like a butter knife. He's
I
like,
was gonna bring that up because he's like mudhorn. I got this here
Yeah.
utensil, and he jams it in his nose, and he's like, ugh. But
He's
that
got like a
those knives-
letter opener, and he
No
kills.
man,
the thing
they
inside.
all because when little foreshadowing spoiler thing when he's fighting the other fucking Mandalorian dude in the forge, and he pulls out his little shivery knife. I'm like, oh, they're both all like,
Hey, yeah, got the
but
special
they all
knife.
they like shake or some shit. I think that it's like you get stabbed with that knife and it shakes around, and your blood just like it's like, oh, my blood,
Boils
I
you
love
or
the
something.
my son, yeah. I think that's what happens. That's my thing. I think that the little magic knife is
I think-
legit.
I think Wes is on a run and should just push us right into the first episode, or the first episode of this week, rather.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
mean-
was his Uncut Gems re.
He's on a roll.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Wes, set the scene for the third episode.
You know, guys, I kind of
Oh,
knew
hear
this
it.
was gonna happen, and this is why I didn't watch it because I didn't want to take Brian's job. But you guys pushed me to it. So, I'm Wes Isaac, and this is Cannonball's podcast, and joined always by my two friends. Not Brian, because he's gone. Because we don't need him anymore.
Who are you gonna give the middle name to?
Oh shit!
Nobody. Myself. I'm very selfish.
Joined by me, Wesley. Yeah.
And me. Episode 3. We open up on a beautiful scene of something that I don't really remember that well. Maybe Brian should do it.
So Carl Weathers acts normally in other things, doesn't he? I
Yeah.
he's
don't
a
know why
Weathers
he's
man.
like, Mando, you're back with the child. Like,
Yeah.
it was a weird direction he was given, right?
He's excited.
I don't know why he doesn't just talk like a regular person.
Yeah, I've
that's-
seen him talk like a regular person.
He could just have normal conversation. He's like,
Oh, you got a stew
fantastic.
going.
You what?
I said you got a stew going. It's Arrested Development only.
He's in there. Yeah, I was gonna say he's in Arrested Development. That's right.
Carl Weathers plays Carl Weathers in Arrested Development.
Yeah.
He does.
Wes, have you ever seen Arrested Development?
I was like, I wonder how long we could just have dead silence on the air for. I
Just dead air. I like
we
it.
never-
One of
yeah,
the
we never-
podcasts I
never
listen
have-
to, They do that every now and then just to see how you checked your phone to see if it was still playing.
Would you
Yeah,
say he's
whatever.
goofy on Happy Gilmore? Like he's Chubbs?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean he is, but he's not. Like I definitely think
He is, but he's
doing
not
some
Chubbs?
overacting for sure.
Oh, just like his characters. Yeah.
No, yeah. I'm just saying, like in this one for sure, he's definitely being funny. I think that was like decently far into the episode because isn't that like he brings Baby Yoda?
Well,
Okay.
he does, and the Mando is later.
Even though
but
he's not-
I
you?
knew it was coming, so I was paying extra attention to his voice.
Oh,
yeah, but even when he flies back with him and he's like, "Excellent, deliver the package directly," and I'm like, why is he talking like that? Like, did he get hit in the head? Is he blind and deaf? If he's blind and deaf, he's doing a great job. He should win a fucking Academy Award.
Oh, he's a
he's
great
like
member of the guild.
water, Carl Weathers, water. It's like touching.
So
But yeah, if he fucking brings Baby Yoda to the client, Werner.
yeah, and he asks Carl Weathers before he goes, "Hey, what's
true.
happening with this child?" And he's like, that's against the fucking code, dude. Just bring it back, collect your money."
Actually, after he goes, but all right.
It is.
So I mentioned a weird Easter egg about an ice cream maker a few weeks ago when we watched. What the hell did we watch? I think it
didn't
was
watch
one of
it.
our in-person podcasts where we talked about the old ice cream maker. That holds all the Beskar steel. The thing, the little carrying case.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
80s ice cream maker.
Yeah.
I also two things
I thought it was going to be ice cream.
I was hoping it was
that
ice
the
cream.
bounty. You just get to
He opens it up and it's
Such a large bounty for such a small.
It's like a banana split.
No, it's just ice cream sandwiches, and they put them in the forge and they just melt. And she's like, I'm sorry, I couldn't do anything with the metal you gave me. And he's like,
earned your signet. It's an ice cream sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh man. The stormtroopers are really like. They're like kind of like swaggy, right? Like they show up and like normal stormtroopers are very like professional. These ones are just kind of like, these ones were like, yo, bro, like what's up, dog?
Well, dude, it's because the Empire isn't a thing anymore, supposedly.
Yeah, but like, so what? So what?
Like,
dude, just
I agree.
All right. Number one, if you're stormtroopers at that point, right? Why even be stormtroopers? You don't like. Obviously, the armor doesn't help you with anything. No way.
That's what I was gonna get at. The armor does nothing.
Shot.
Yeah, it's not like the armor is like protecting you for anything. So like you're just dressed as stormtroopers just to be like, because we're still the Empire, but we're kind of swaggy and we're just chilling and like whatever. And they're like, yeah, we got guns. And I was like, yo, that's
on the child.
And I also really want them all to have names like in Last of Us when they're like, Kevin, no! Like I really wanted that. Like
yeah.
Then he finds the devil. I want to be like Timmy. Yeah. I was so excited just like to yell his name and he didn't. And I was like, who directed this?
It's like he's got 3 kids.
Oh my god!
Is Finn the only stormtrooper we see without his mask on?
Yeah,
because we see when they're all the clones. I mean, they've all got the same face, but they're not wearing a mask for a decent portion of that. I feel like.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end, they have to just outsource them. They just start hiring.
Yeah,
people.
they stop making them.
Yeah.
Shortly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just
66.
pick up. They just pick up day laborers and have them.
Yeah, they're like, hey, put this shit on.
Hey, can you hit the broadside of a barn? Nope.
You're hired.
Like trabajo. And they're like, see, aquí. See. And they go,
see.
Trabajo.
Yeah. Like, do you speak English? And I'm like, yeah, actually, I prefer English.
Yeah, I actually speak English really well.
Yeah.
Yo soy Nate.
Yeah.
Yo soy Nate.
I fucking love that dude. He's so funny.
Yeah, I actually know English very well. That's actually better.
Like, I would love that. How about like a episode from the perspective of a stormtrooper? Do stormtroopers fall in love? Do they have kids? Like, what happens if you're a stormtrooper and you get pregnant? Do you get a 9-month leave of absence?
What if Baby Yoda was a stormtrooper?
He almost was.
Gotta jot that down.
What?
Oh, I've got a theory for you at the end of our episode 4 recap, but
oh fuck, I'm very excited for that.
So I think it'd be funny, the recruiter of the stormtroopers just like chilling out of high school. It's like, hey,
like the army.
Would you like to serve your country, your empire?
Yeah, your republic. Like,
yeah, what test do they take to see what they place in the Stormtrooper Academy? Like,
you throw darts at a board, and if you get one hit, you're like hired.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, you're accurate as shit.
Yeah. They're like, they take you to the range, and it's one big fucking target. And they're like shooting down the range, and it's like a 50-foot wide target, and they're like, pew, pew, and fucking,
this guy's
like, you're hired, bro. Yeah.
I also like wonder what different stormtroopers do. Like, do you think stormtroopers are ever like asked to do like, hey, yo, somebody fucking clogged the toilet, and the guy's like, that's not really my job. And they're like, yeah, well, somebody's gonna fucking do it. And one of the stormtroopers in there with a fucking mop, like,
he's just plunging it, like,
yeah, he's like, I didn't sign up for this shit.
Finn was in sanitation.
He was.
Of course,
he was.
Of course, I was in the army. I was Coast Guard, sanitation department. You're a fucking garbage man, dude. You're a fucking garbage man. I wrote the book as a tribute.
It's
doing a bit. It's a bit. Doing a bit.
So,
how good was Tropic Thunder, though? Hey, right?
Mando takes his Beskar, goes back to
Never
the
seen
weird
it.
underground hidey hole of all the other Mandalorians, and they see all this steel, and they're like, "Hey, that was stolen by the Empire. Now I want to kill you."
Have you ever stealed steel?
Not once.
Steel?
Steel. yeah, this is still stolen steel. And they're like, he's like, I don't know, are you having a stroke?
So they fight.
Yeah, it's like, no, I'm deaf and blind. And they're like, oh, Academy Award. Go ahead, continue.
They fight.
That's
Then the blacksmith is like, "Hey, this is the way," and that seems to break things up. I'm like, "Oh,
That's
yeah,
all you have to say.
So
this
is
is
she?
the way, isn't it?"
I have to ask: is she like
Superior?
Is she some sort of elder or something?
She
Yeah,
seems
like,
like
is
some
she,
sort of elder.
I
because
thought
she,
so.
Yeah.
I thought
she
so.
definitely commanded respect. Like they were literally like at their throats, like fighting each other. She's like, "This is the way," and they're all like, "Oh shit, you're right. This is the
Yeah,
way."
no, or maybe
My bad,
just
you
this
know.
is the way it works for anything. The guy shows up and he's like, "You fucked my wife," and he's like, "Yeah, so what?" She's
She's like, "This is the way, bitch."
And they're like, "Oh, all right, never mind, it's cool."
Marty, do
I'm
you have
like,
any
ooh.
insight on the whole elder relationship? Because
Not that one. So there are. I've listened to a few theories at who they could be from like Clone Wars. Like there's a couple of Mandalorians that pop up there. What confuses me is the helmet. Like they say that they can't take off the helmet. How many like you'll
I've
see
seen
it
a
in
few
Clone Wars
episodes
and
on
you see
Mandalore, and
Yeah,
everything's normal.
they have their helmets off. I don't understand. Like
I feel like
they
it
have their
might
helmets off.
be like a bit like post-apocalyptic Mandalore. Is
Yeah.
what their
I
society
think
is
no.
now.
Could be
You
for the
know-
Great Purge, like
Yeah.
one of those things.
Well,
Yeah,
they're-
my
I mean, they're in
understanding.
hiding,
Yeah, well, my understanding is it's like more they're like more religious fanatics in that
Hmm.
sort of way, where it's like you're that far into it. Other people are like, yeah, I wear the fucking arm here and I go around and collect shit and like whatever. But they're like, yeah, you know, like you might believe in religion, but you're not like all the way there. And then
But
like
you're
they
not
are
These
like
are the
religious.
zealots of
yeah,
the planet.
yeah. They
Yeah.
are like the zealots of the Mandalorians. The other people are just like, yeah, we're Mandalorians. We drink beer and hang out with no helmets on. They're like, that is sacrilege, sir. This is the way. And they're like, this is the way.
Like,
And they're
kill
like,
him.
the regular ones are like, I guess this is the way. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna have another drink. You guys want to hang
They're
out?
like, yeah, they're like the Amish.
Yeah,
Just
pretty much.
Totally, just like secluded and
Yeah. I feel like there's different like levels that it goes to on like how closely they follow those rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I was just gonna say, like the people who the armor they thought she would be. I guess she's the actual person's gonna be in season 2 of
Ooh.
Mandalorian.
Oh, so
It's
we're
like
wrong.
Sabine Wren, I think it's Sabine Wren. She's in
Did she not die?
or one of the Wrens. No,
Kylo?
no, not Kylo.
All right.
Ren and Stimpy.
It's Billy West.
She's a knight
Where's
of
that?
Ren.
She
I'm
should
sure they
be.
fucked that storyline up, right? Like
Powdered toast man.
Knights of Ren could have been so much cooler.
Right.
I love
I
Ren and
agree.
Stimpy, dude.
Log.
Log of
It's
Ren.
log.
Yeah, it's round as wood.
Dude.
You know, it's better than that. It's good. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
She gets. She does make him a pretty badass little curious that he goes fucking sporting around.
Yeah.
Um,
Pisses some
what
people
are the-
off.
It
Everybody
does.
hates
Oh,
you,
absolutely.
Nando.
Yeah, I thought that was odd. He's like, everybody
Yeah,
here
I
hates
was-
you. Like,
yeah, I was like,
Look
why?
at
I
you.
was like,
I
why
fucking
is
hate
he-
you too.
I'm like, why is he sucking his dick so hard in the middle of this fucking bar? He's like, you're the only one who could have done. I'm like, all right, bro, come.
He's like, oh.
Yeah, he's like, you're the only who could have. And I was like, okay, calm it down, bro. Like,
Easy,
Yeah.
Carl.
Yeah. It's a
I
big
didn't.
part,
Yeah,
bud.
I was unimpressed. I was unimpressed by his dick sucking abilities.
So yeah, he's just like, I want more work. I gotta get my mind off shit. And he gets this puck, and it looks like Admiral Akbar's son, just a little
It does,
Easter egg
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I like that. And he's like, this guy was a deserter of sons who have
some
children.
nobleman's son.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah,
why.
I don't think
He said
Admiral
nobleman's
Akbar's-
son, and I'm thinking like, oh, is that like Admiral Akbar related? I was hoping he'd be like, oh, is it a trap? You know, but
sounds like
I
a
don't
setup.
know.
No, that would
Yeah.
that would have been good. If he was like, it's a trap, I would be like, that's dumb as shit. I would have shut it off.
yeah,
I'd be like, I'm unimpressed.
you would have quit the podcast.
So
I would have been like, that's it. That's it for me, boys.
Mando does what you do in Skyrim when you get a weird fetch quest, where the guy's like, "Oh, my family sword is enchanted. Can you go get it from this cave and give me the gold?" And he goes back.
I'm
and he
gonna
kills him and
lose
takes
my
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose my job at the fishery. And I'm like, I'm like, you're gonna lose a lot more than your job, you piece of scum.
You know, like, you goddamn Argonians.
Here's the sword. Can I have my gold? Thanks. Also, I'm gonna kill you now and take the sword back.
So
Yeah,
I think,
no, that was awesome, dude. I was like, is he really gonna go back and collect the bounty again? And he does. What a fucking piece of shit. He's like, and here's what you wanted. Thank you for the steal. I'm gonna make some armor and I'll take back what you wanted. And I was like, yo. And the stormtroopers are like, yeah, bro, like that's not cool. Hey.
they're like, that's chill, bro.
Yeah, bro. Kevin, no! Timmy! Oh my god, Timmy! Somebody killed Timmy! I wanted it so bad. I wanted it so bad, bro. I wanted it so bad.
He
Just, like,
fucking
yelling out names.
Mando busts in there and just starts like very casually picking them apart. Like they're all terrible at their jobs. Like there's literally that one scene where there's two of them in a room and it's like the room's full of like boxes.
Like
and he's
a
like
bad
hiding
split up.
behind
Yeah,
them.
they're like, split up, we'll flush them out. And I was like, no, that's a horrible idea.
Yeah, he's hiding behind like a tall
Yeah, he
box.
kills-
It's like
Yo,
they're
he
like
kills
tunnel vision, like. Huh?
Dude, he kills that first one and throws him in front of the other one. The other one's still like,
He's like, where
from
is
where? I was like, dude, he's like over there. The dude just got thrown. Like, look at your angles, bro. Like, he got thrown this way. Look over there. He's like, that guy's dead. Timmy! I was like, yeah, dude, Timmy just got killed. Fucking take care of shit. I was very unimpressed. I was like, these stormtroopers suck balls.
Yeah, they were definitely. I'm not surprised there's no Empire because those guys fucking blow. But yeah, he goes in there and kicks some serious ass. It was nice to see him like kind of in action, but more like 1v1 stuff on like actual humans or like that kind of thing. Because it was cool to see him fight the Mudhorn or whatever. But that's kind of like a CG fight where he's just kind of getting thrown around. It's not quite the same as like him actually kicking ass and
what was that weapon
people and
called?
stuff.
Where he kills 6 of them at once?
The whistling birds.
Whistling birds.
yeah.
That's right. Yep.
He blew that load pretty early, right?
Honestly,
I
dude,
was a little bit bummed about that. Yeah.
she
You know what's
like,
fun?
I'm gonna make these whistling birds. Now, they're pretty rare, so like, be cool. And he was like, oh, well, the audience doesn't know what they are, so now. And she's like, no, well, like, and he just killed her. And I was like, yeah, bro, you just killed like all your buddies. And he's like, yeah, but the audience needs to understand what whistling birds do. I'm like, we can figure out they're like some sort of weapon made out of steel. They probably kill things. It's cool. And he's like, 5 minutes later, he's like, remember those whistling birds? And we're like, yeah, you
You just got them.
Yeah.
like, oh, check this callback out. And I'm like, it's not really a callback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was
Said
between
100 seconds
Call
ago.
back. And I was like, dude, why now? Like,
I mean,
His
I
options
were that or a Mudhorn signal or signet or whatever. It's like,
Yeah,
of course I want those. Why would I want an emblem? No, I want those weapons.
Why would I want some hairy Mudhorn on my Curious?
Yeah, I know. Is that even a good signet? Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, it wasn't a
She's like,
noble
oh,
kill.
you fought the Mudhorn. I'll give you a Mudhorn. He's like, oh, sick, I guess. Like, I fought a lot of Jawas, too. You're not fucking putting a Jawa on.
there's a huge Jawa in the middle of his chest.
Yeah.
Dude, a huge Jawa in the middle of your chest, that would be kick ass. That'd be a great thing.
Yeah.
That'd be
Think the
funny,
Jawas
like-
would like it. They'd be like, yo.
It's them all eating a hairy egg. Like,
Yo, you got an egg? It's just a big egg.
yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'm the egg warrior. They're like, do you imagine you don't have whistling birds to kill all these stormtroopers? He's like, yeah, but check this cool egg out. They just fucking shoot him up. I'd be like, oh, well, that's the end of the show.
I was a little bit bummed that when he goes back and gets like the child or whatever, that like the client guy wasn't there to be murdered. Like he didn't like have that thing where the client guy's like, "Oh, you're back, bitch," and then he fucking shoots him.
Yeah.
Yeah, my guess as somebody who's barely watched any of this shit is that he's going to play a part later on.
Maybe.
What?
So the this weird scientist guy who is like, don't hurt the baby. Fun fact, he's got a little patch on him that is from the Camino cloner planet.
A little soul
Oh,
patch.
I did hear about that theory. That Baby Yoda is like a clone.
He did you notice his neck was kind of long?
And then he takes off his human mask, and it's one of those huge, long necks.
And he
He's
just going
up. forever and ever. And he's like, I see you are here to collect your order. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I know this chick.
Master Siphon Diaz put this order.
I was going to say Master Siphon Diaz.
Like, I know this chick.
We've been expecting you.
Yeah.
Master
Yeah,
Kenobi.
I was happy that he went, and I mean, I assumed that he was going to go back and grab the kid, but like, it was definitely just showing his sort of like little depths and intricacies as a character, because he's just straight up breaking like their guild code or whatever to go back and fuck with stuff.
Well, he was,
but he's
he
like,
was
yeah,
a
I don't care
foundling,
about that.
He was a little child rescued by a
well,
group.
and I mean, he literally, like, Baby Yoda, which it's not, I don't want to call it Baby Yoda because it's not, but the child or whatever, like, saves him from the Mudhorn, kind of. Like, he definitely
Pretty much
fight the Mudhorn, and then, I mean, has been sort of palling around and shooting the shit with him for a little bit, and I feel like he's like,
look at this little ball.
This guy's cool. Yeah. Yeah.
And
He does. He likes that little ball.
He's
Yeah.
like,
and
that's not a toy.
I have to say, I really like that Star Wars is using practical effects for Baby Yoda, like actually using a puppet for him, because if he was all CGI, I think as good as like the budget and like the CGI effects in the show are good, but it's definitely something that like he would be an eyesore for as close as he is like to the camera a lot and like how much he is on screen doing stuff. If he wasn't,
you're a fucking eyesore.
dude, literally, he would look like shit. Yeah.
Yo, you see this Baby Yoda? He looks like shit.
Yeah.
I think Star Wars is best with real practical effects.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that is like a
Absolutely.
Star Wars staple.
Yeah,
in my
absolutely.
opinion, for sure.
So he leaves, and I don't know where this tracker is in Baby Yoda, but I feel like it should be a priority to remove
Can't
it.
speculate. Yeah.
But
Shouldn't
anyway,
speculate.
all the
He's too young. He's too young for them to remove
too
it.
young. All
Too
Ryan.
young to rule the kingdom.
all the
Check, please.
was that
I don't
Sheldon
get
the worm?
Yeah, it's Sheldon from Big Bang Theory.
Young Sheldon.
Yeah.
It's young
You know what?
Sheldon.
What's wild is that nobody should ever understand that. Check, please, is Sheldon the worm from Adventure Time, but you do. So that's
Oh,
I don't know if
Tina's
that's
gonna
good.
be all over that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad, but I'm gonna take it in stride. I was doing it at work all day, and I was like, this is my new catchphrase. So every time I needed like a pharmacist, I was like, check, please, and they'd be like, why? I don't
The
understand.
customer's like, Adventure Time.
yeah.
Someone I work
I don't
with said that's Buns the other day, and I was like, "Do you watch Adventure Time?" And they're like, "I think I saw it once." Why?
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, you said that was Buns."
Check, please.
I like it.
So all the other bounty hunters start tracking Baby
Yogurt.
Yoda and Mando, and Carl Weathers says he's his only hope, but all his Mandalorian buddies show up.
Is that a callback?
Save me, Carl Weathers. Save me, Carl
like-
Weathers. You're my only hope.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Like,
I
was
have a feeling it is just because of Dave Filoni and Clone Wars constantly, like almost every episode has a character say, "I have a bad feeling about this."
Oh, okay.
But you have to have done it on purpose. You can't make a Star Wars show
I
and
I mean,
say,
come on. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's like, I am your father, wink. As he winks to the camera,
Carl
like, what
Weathers
the
is
fuck,
father.
Carl Weathers?
Yeah, he just like a Jim face to
He's
the
like,
camera.
he may be your father, but he ain't your daddy.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Never seen it.
Electric
The,
Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo.
He very casually, like with all the bounty hunters are like aiming at him as he's walking through. Like
He's just like,
the
Yeah,
town, like,
yeah.
his shit.
Yeah, and he's like, don't worry, this is totally fine. And they're all like
he's got
around
the
him
one
like,
arm, like
the one guy's like,
they're like little
And he's
beepers are
like-
just like pointing at him. They're like,
they're like, beep, beep, beep. Oh, everybody's beepers are going off. He's just walking through with a small package. Like,
yeah, he was casual as fuck.
he's like, yo, we cool.
he's got that new Beskar steel armor. So
He does,
Yeah,
dude.
he's safe.
Yeah, dude.
Plastic
Yo,
proof.
dude, I, you know what? I'll wait till we talk about it. But I was like, never mind. We'll get there, and then I'll be like, you'll see what I'm talking. We're almost there.
So yeah, he flies off. His jetpack buddy gives him a salute for some reason. He's like, I gotta get me one of them jetpacks.
Well, they fucking all his bounty hunter bunnies come and fight. All the Mandalorians come and fight the bounty hunters.
He hasn't reached that level yet. You know, when you level up,
he hasn't unlocked that skill yet.
Into the jetpack yet.
So,
dude,
now because all the Mandalorians went out and fought all the. So did they all broke like their code just
of
for Baby Yoda?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
I thought that was odd for them to be like, let's throw our whole way.
Yeah,
they have their big fight.
Marty's got it. Marty got it.
When you want to question anything, this is.
They're
the
like,
way.
we've been hiding for years. Oh well, Mando's in trouble. Let's all fucking go out.
Yeah, he's like, listen, guys.
Mando's not even his name. It's just a nickname.
No, I know. Yeah,
he's like, I know.
Yeah,
I know that this is against your entire code.
No. Yes.
Si, senor trabajo.
That's how I want to refer to him.
Yo soy West.
Yo soy Pedro Pascal.
Donde está la biblioteca?
Mucho hard worker. Can we do this in English?
So his name is Din Djarin.
That's right.
It's Din Djarin. It's DINDJARIN.
Din Djarin.
Yeah, Din Djarin. Yeah.
Twingina.
DJ.
What? Where is your farm? My farm. Here's my farm, motherfucker. I'm a lead farmer.
Yeah, I'm a lead farmer, motherfucker.
Twingina.
Dude, he won an Oscar for that fucking role. He literally won an Academy
Award. What a time.
For blackface.
What a time where you can do blackface, bro.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
He literally did blackface as an ironic way of doing blackface and still got away with doing blackface.
He was a character playing a character doing.
Yeah, playing a dude.
Twingina.
Tropic Thunder, all-time classic. Absolutely.
Dude, Tropic Thunder, hands
Tom
down
Cruise
top.
in that movie. Classic.
Yo, we're not going to do it because it's very difficult, but top 5 movies, Tropic Thunder is definitely in there.
Just of all time?
Yeah.
Of all time, yeah.
Citizen Kane.
Straw King.
Straw King.
Straw King 1 and 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Dark Knight was really good, too. That's right up there, man. But
Rogue One.
I'm going Dark Fright. I think that's a little bit scarier.
Saving Private Ryan.
51st Dates.
Yeah.
Uncut Gems.
Fuck you.
You gotta find Drew Barrymore.
Is Drew Barrymore here? Can you please tell me if Drew Barrymore remembers who I am? It's me.
Become a Gilbert Godfrey.
It is, dude. It's half Gilbert Godfrey, half like
It's
SNL,
me, Adam Sandler, and I wish that Drew Barrymore remembered me. She's too busy hanging out with that guy in the Red Sox.
Jimmy Fallon.
Johnny
Damon.
Damon.
Fallon here.
Is Jimmy Damon here?
See, yeah, if you don't understand that reference, you got to go back and watch our episode last week. We subtly hinted at Adam Sandler references.
Yeah, I'm sure that just for that one reference, the 3 people that are listening that did not hear last week are going to be like, "Oh, let me cue that up."
Dude, they better.
Let me cue it up.
Oh, beep boop, beep boop.
No, I guarantee
Hit that
Adam
bell.
Sandler listened to the podcast and he was just like, YouTube, you got to bury this all the way down to the bottom here.
Adam
Let
Sandler,
people know
friend
how
of the
much I
podcast.
love Drew Barrymore.
Is that why he only got 16 views?
They know. We get cease and desist letters from fucking Adam Sandler's lawyer. You guys can't do your Gilbert Gottfried Adam Sandler impersonations anymore. I'm gonna be like, dude, you might as well tell me not to breathe. Like, this is ridiculous.
Well, tell me not to breathe. So that concludes episode 3. He gets his thumbs up.
I just wanted to bring up, this is what I was talking about earlier, but the part where he shoots Carl Weathers and he's like laying on the ground and then he snaps out of it, and I was like, I bet you it's the little Beskar steel that he has. And
Oh,
he's
he's
like,
got the perfectly.
takes it out of his pocket. I'm like, what a douchebag! Like,
how many movies have done that, and what was the first one?
Every
Ryan,
movie. Has
how
done
many?
that.
What specific movie do you remember? Some guy getting stabbed, and then he pops open. He's got some mithril chilling under his little tunic.
Deadpool
I know. 50
Deadpool.
First Dates.
You're right.
Deadpool.
It's Adam
50 First
Sandler
Dates.
when he's looking for Drew Barrymore. He fights the game.
He's like, oh, I've been stabbed, but it's okay. I got this suit from Drew Barrymore.
Adam Sandler is Deadpool 3.
That'd be something.
It's not
It's just
Deadpool,
but a
it's
chunky.
Deadpool
It's a
3.
chunky Deadpool.
Oh, that's my dream.
He's like, we gotta steal these gems.
So Drew Barrymore will love me.
I'm so glad
Hey there.
that Fox is doing Deadpool instead of Disney.
Me, Adam Sandler, we gotta steal these gems from the cave troll so Drew Barrymore will love me and not Johnny Damon. And I'm like, what the fuck film is this?
I legitimately think that movies have been doing that bullshit, like, oh, he's dead, but he's not.
No,
like,
the
Got
Dark
something in
Knight
his
forever.
pocket. Yeah.
Yeah,
in Dark
There's
Knight,
only-
Commissioner Gordon gets shot, and then he had a vest on. He's alive.
they're totally cool, guys.
To be fair, though, Gordon should have had a bulletproof vest on. He's
He is a cop.
He's
why
like,
would
I
he
didn't
not
have
have?
a vest.
He's
He's
like,
just dead.
we're going to take down the toughest criminal in all of Gotham. I'm just going to go in my Tom Brady jersey. I'd be like, no, Commissioner, we're like a bulletproof. He's like,
Well,
nah,
he's gonna go in his
Brady will
Hines Ward
protect me.
jersey, his Gotham City Hines Ward.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well,
Hines
Mark
Ward
Wahlberg
returns
would do that.
kick. How great
Mark
of a kick
Wahl-
return was that? I feel like
It was.
Hines Ward doesn't get enough credit for the kick return in Dark Knight.
Honestly, I'm surprised that he didn't win an Oscar for that role.
I agree.
He's not even the great. You know who it should
They're
have
like
been? It should have
best
been like,
special teams performer Hines Ward in Dark Knight Rises.
Special teamer of the year. It's an Oscar.
dude. Honestly, this is why if I had money, and this is why I don't have money. Like I don't really. I'm not very like religious or anything, but I just believe there's a higher power that's like, Wes is a good guy. Let's give him money, and then like they can like look into the future and they see all the crazy ass shit I do, and they're like, let's not give Wes money, because I'd be like. If I was rich, I'd be like, I'm going to host my own award show, and we're going to come up with crazy-ass categories, and I'm going to invite a bunch of celebrities. And it would be like Best Special Teamer
Honestly,
Award. And
that's
you'd be like,
probably how the Oscars were invented.
They're just like patting
Yeah.
each other on the back for sure.
Yeah. So
The Academy is
episode
literally
4.
like fucking movies.
The
Fucking
orcs
Academy.
from Lord of the Rings are attacking some village.
Dude, if they had sex
I
with a pug,
thought they were dog people.
They
Steph
definitely
was
look like-
actually watching
they
it,
look like
and she's
bulldogs.
like, "Are those dog people?" And I was like, "Yo, they might be. Those could be dogs."
they did
those
get
might
rid of
be
them
dog
by,
people.
by making those sticks and throwing them back into the woods, and then they're like, "Ooh!" And then they ran away. Yeah.
They were like, "Who's a good boy?" And they were like, "Ooh," and I was like,
Who
"Wow,
wants a
that's a
stick?
great."
Who wants a stick? That's why they're making sticks for like half the episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said in the pre-show, if you are going to just hang out and be like, "Yo, guys, chill. We just do art and farming. We got pictures and always look at all these shrimps, bro." Like you need to have a way to defend yourself, regardless of the planet.
Oh yeah.
Or any no matter where you live, you need to be like, somebody shows up and they're like, "We're gonna take over your farm." You're like, "Nah, bro, I painted you this picture. It's a picture of a dog person, and he's eating my shrimp. That's my shrimp." And then they just shoot you in the face, and you're like,
My
"Yo,
shrimp.
bro, my shrimp. That's my shrimp. That's my shrimp." Yeah, I was like, dude, these dudes are so not prepared to be attacked. They're like, "Oh, we got wicker baskets and look at all these shrimp." And I was like, okay. And then the dog people show up and they're like, "Brah, brah, brah," and they're like, "Oh, run away." I was like, dude, you guys are soft as shit. You should die.
I
They
feel
should
like
have all
this should
died.
be our summary of the episode, because there's only a few points to make. You know, Mando
I
meets
feel
the wrestler, they defend the village, they run away.
Of the like right in the beginning when the dog face people come in and they're like ransacking everything and all that stuff. It's the mother and like the daughter that are hiding under like the little
They're
basket.
like, let's just hide. in
Yeah,
the
they're
water.
chilling like in the basket. And again,
So how
I feel
many
like they were-
times is this village attacked and they keep going back?
and they were alluding so much to like oh, they're gonna get like the fucking leader guy like walks up and he's like walking real slow by them. I'm like, oh, he's gonna look and see the basket floating there and like
like she's gonna like
over,
sneeze.
you know.
She'd be like, "Richard!" And he's gonna be like,
I'm allergic to dogs.
Yeah, I was waiting for that for sure. And they actually didn't
also,
do that, which is nice.
You know what was also ridiculous? Like, you didn't have to hold your breath under that basket, but literally as soon as he turns and walks 3 steps away, she's like, rips the basket off, like, thank God we're safe. And I was like, yo, bro, maybe like wait like 10
Chill
minutes,
out.
hey. Like
He
maybe
walked
just
into the
like
smoke.
the dog people literally just left. Like it's like, oh, I hid safely, and then I'm like, oh, thank God. And I'm like, dude, the
You
guy's
gotta
like
imagine
right
your
there.
smell gets wafted when you rip the basket off, and
When you shout, thank God we're safe.
Yeah, like, dude, keep the basket over yourself. Like, stay in the
thank
shrimp
God
water
those
for
mangy
5
dog
minutes.
people have left.
Put the
Yeah,
lotion
right,
in
like-
the back.
It puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
That was
You
good.
know, I was, yeah, you
That was
like
pretty
that?
good.
You're a good
I like
Buffalo
it.
Bill.
You remind me
Wait,
a
was
lot of
she, was she a big old fat thing? Yeah, you guys like it?
Yeah. Hopkins. That's a good impression.
Dude, yeah, I do a really good Jodie Foster, right?
Oh God.
So, yeah, he meets the UFC wrestler. Aaron, do you know anything about this UFC fighter?
Oh, no, not really.
It's
Wes?
Adesanya, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Israel Adesanya. He just won a big fight.
Oh,
Normally,
She's kind of fucking jacked.
I thought that was right. It's just-
it's not.
I know.
It's not.
I remember the last name from ESPN.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
not
you talking
right.
about the other bounty hunter that he meets?
She's
Yeah.
a former rebel shock trooper.
Oh, that's,
Yep.
that's Gina Carano. I do know who
Thank
that
you.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
There it is.
whatever
There
Wes
it is,
said.
Marty.
And
There it is, Marty.
Whatever Wes said.
There it is, Marty. Aaron Bucks.
Yeah, she's
Wow.
awesome. And they totally, I had a feeling that they were going to do this, and they 100% did that. Her fight scene was all like hand-to-hand combat, like UFC shit. Like, I'm sure they're going to be like,
Yeah,
oh, we have
Like-
Gina Carano. Have
So-
her fucking busting out some arm bars and shit.
I get weird
I would have rather
alerts.
she just starts shooting people. I've been like, oh.
I get weird Star Wars alerts on my phone now from Google, and it's like Pedro Pascal won't return to the set because he hates the helmet he has to wear because he can't see. And I'm like, they just let a UFC fighter just beat the shit out of Pedro Pascal while he's blind. Like, no wonder why there's trouble on set.
Yo, you know what's crazy? He was also deaf.
and he couldn't
Water,
see.
Pedro, water.
You can't hear anything. in
she's,
it.
she's kicking his ass, and I believe at middle through that fight, like halfway through that fight, she grabs his hand and is like, "Water." Did you remember that part?
I
And
do.
he's like, she's like, "Soup, bone soup," and he's like, "Bone soup."
He really did
Emmy-
watch the episode.
Emmy's coming his way. Yeah, I need
Some of
to
that
keep
home
proving
broth.
it. Yeah.
So they go to the village, and the two people, Caben and Stoke, because I am staying with the Lord of the Rings theme, they're the Merry and Pippin of this village.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
They're like, "What about second breakfast?" You're like, "Dude, fucking defend your village."
Like,
They're
why
like,
do you keep
"Ah!"
returning to this village?
Dude,
Yeah,
honestly, I was just like, this is so fucking stupid. Like, how have you not figured this out? Also, how have the dog people not just slaughtered all of you?
By now,
The dog
right?
people did it.
Because
They did a terrible job. I would have killed everybody.
I think the dog people, though, like it's
they just want the shrimp.
it's a symbiotic relationship. Yeah, they're just going in there and they're like, okay, I want to fucking steal all of like their, it's Hopper and Bug's Life, where
Yeah.
he doesn't want to kill all the ants
Perfect
because if he
comparison.
kills all the fucking ants, then there's not going to be any.
You
True.
make the food.
or-
Wow.
Yeah.
Take the food. I don't remember the whole line.
You know- you
I
know-
feel like
you
I
know-
could do a decent. Who played Hopper in Bug's Life?
Dennis Leary.
Nope.
Kevin Spacey, bro.
It's Kevin Spacey.
Is it Kevin Spacey? I honestly,
right there. Let's go.
Good old Kevin Spacey. Yeah.
I thought it was Dennis Quaid, but yeah.
Dennis
no,
Hopper.
Here,
And he plays Hopper.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a-
pretend this is the seed. Everything
But it's
that goes.
a rock.
But it's a rock. I know it's a rock.
Oh man.
Here, I'm
Where
gonna do a-
did we lie? Did we say? Did you guys say that you would allow Kevin Spacey on the show, or was that where you drew the line?
Oh fuck!
Oh no, I
forget
don't
where-
know.
Yeah. Just as a
Honestly, I feel like-
resurgence.
I feel like the worst thing that would happen is we give Kevin Spacey a little bit of time to explain himself. It's
Yeah,
like To Catch a
what's the
Predator
worst
type
thing
shit
to
where we're
do?
like, Kevin
Yeah.
Spacey, we're here to talk about Star Wars, but first, what the fuck did you do? And he's
It's
like,
like,
oh, I don't want to
yeah.
talk about that. I'm like, no. What did you do?
All
We're
right,
like,
all right,
Kevin,
all
why
right.
don't
I
you-
got you.
Kevin- Kevin, why don't you have a seat right over there?
It's a bug eat bug world out there, princess. One of those circle of life kind of things. Now let me tell you how things are supposed to work. The
Wait,
sun
everybody
grows the food. The
Everybody
ants
close
pick
your
the
eyes and
food.
pretend that he's Kevin Spacey.
The grasshoppers eat the food.
I'm imagining Brian molesting a young boy.
Oh my god!
Fuck, I was doing the same thing. Is that not what we're supposed to be doing?
No, that's exactly
He's
what
Kevin
you should have
Spacey,
been doing.
right? Oh, okay.
Can you do the line where he pegs the other grasshopper in the chest with the grain and then he
I
knocks
thought
it
you were just
open?
going, he pegs the other grasshopper.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. What movie did you watch? Oh, shit.
Can you do the line
That's
when he
Cannonball
fucks the other
style.
grasshopper in the
Yeah.
ass? And he's
Oh,
like,
shit.
Hopper, no! And he's like, you will learn today. Can you do that line?
You will learn today.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
man.
doing it for me.
That's the line he says.
Yeah, I really want you to do the one where he's like, this little seed, and he's like, did that hurt? And he's like, no. And then he just knocks the whole thing off, and he's like,
What about that?
if one ant stands as an ant, then all the ants are ants. And the guy's like, I'm very confused. And he's
You
like,
do a better
we're
Kevin
going
Spacey.
back. We're going back to Ant Island, and we're gonna have sex
We're gonna
with
peg
children.
him.
And I'm like, excuse me? And he's like, never mind. We're just going back to Ant Island, and then we'll see what happens. We'll have a couple drinks. Who knows how it'll go? And I'm like, all right, bro.
Also,
Like,
I'm
okay.
gay.
Yeah.
But don't worry, because I'm also a homosexual. And I'm like, what the fuck? Kevin Spacey, everybody.
Hopper swings it both ways. You ever see the House of Cards episode where he's like banging his wife and the security guard?
Were Hopper's doing that?
Yeah, Hopper gets into the White House.
Yo, I should start. House of Cards sounds crazy. So you're telling me that halfway through he just becomes a huge grasshopper and starts fucking people? That's insane.
Yeah.
President
You should see-
Grasshopper?
The ants are like fighting for equal rights. It's wild.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
Ant lives matter.
So,
I just have one question. Who's the leader of the Ant Lives Matter movement? I just want to know. I just want to know who we come up with here. Who would be the leader?
Is it? Oh man. I mean, it'd be the little girl, right? I mean, who plays her? Hayden Panettiere?
Is that right?
She is kind of short.
I'm thinking Anthony Davis, maybe, or
Oh,
somebody.
okay.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's good.
We should.
Wow, that's good. Top 5 ants on the board.
Fire.
Anthony Davis.
Yep.
Fire.
Ja Morant.
I like that. I like it.
Yes.
I feel like Anthony's are Anthony's easy because you can put so many fucking. Yeah, those pug face dudes are assholes, man.
Oh, Kevin Durant.
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown. All right.
Antonio
Antonio
Banderas.
Are you just giggling through it? You're just
Yeah.
giggling through it? Hey.
Hey, yeah.
Very nice.
So they're like, fine, we'll teach you to defend yourselves. And I'm wondering, how bad did you have to be with the gun to get a spear? Because it seemed like they had a lot of guns.
I agree, dude. They were, yeah. They think they had enough guns to handle it, but they were like,
Get a small arsenal.
you guys are the spear guys, and I'm like, yo, what did you do wrong?
Yeah,
Very
definitely. Well, and the little single mom there that he was making friendly with was a fucking deadeye with that thing, man. He gives her the rifle with the little grip at the bottom, and she's fucking.
And she's like,
an
fuck
AK.
that. Also, she's like, fuck that pan, but the pan stays intact.
Dude, that pan, yeah, in particular.
What's that pan made out of? Beskar?
Let's talk about this for a second. So she calls Baby Yoda Mando's son. Does she think he is a tall, lanky Baby Yoda under his helmet?
I thought she tried to take the helmet off.
Yeah, she's like, you and your son are welcome to stay here. And I was like, well,
my boy,
you probably don't think that's my son, my boy. You probably don't think that like, take a look at that dude, right? Like, yo, if she doesn't, she's a moron. That's why he's like, yo, I'm not going to hit it. I'm just leaving.
She lives in a little village where they get attacked by dog people.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I'm not going to do this. You're a fucking idiot.
Aaron, what were you saying?
Well, I'm just saying, I think he didn't tell her that Baby Yoda or the child or whatever is 50. I think he just referred to it as like the child. So I'm sure she's just like, yeah, you and your child, whatever name you want to use. Like
you and your boy.
Whatever pronouns you want to, employ.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine.
You and your boy are welcome to stay here.
And I thought it was weird. I thought it was weird after he risked like all of the shit to like take the child with him. He was like, first planet he's on, he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave him here with you kids.
That was the dumbest thing. Are you kidding me? Like, oh yeah, he's totally safe here. Oh wait, I forgot there's a tracker on him.
Yeah. Well, and
like,
these kids get attacked by dog people all the time. Like there's
like that village is soft. That village is soft as shit, and he's like, I'm gonna leave him here. Life on the road is no life for a boy. And I was like, yeah, I guess, but
life getting attacked by dog people.
Yeah. Well, and so they swing through the woods and they see the ATST tracks, knocking down trees and shit.
I was very confused by the whole thing where she's like, nothing can beat an ATST. I was like, those are like soft as shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
you ever see Luke Skywalker, bitch?
Yeah, I'm like, have you ever seen any? I was like, AT-ATs, those are a whole different. This one's like the little one, fucking
little chicken one.
Yeah, dude, little fucking teddy bear bitch Ewoks were like, logs! And you were like, oh, they fucking use logs, they're genius. Yeah. Like, dude, chop down a fucking few trees and roll some logs at them. The thing's like,
so,
oh, fuck!
I feel like they weren't like, we couldn't take it. It's not worth the pay.
Oh, for sure.
Like, what were they given? Like a couple nickels? Like, this is all the village could raise.
He gave him a little like sack of coins and just dropped it. And he's
like,
yeah,
all the shrimp you can eat.
All the krill.
He's like, I'm allergic to shellfish. And he's like, are you allergic to dogs too? Because my daughter is.
No. What?
What? You didn't like that one?
I wasn't sure with the daughter. Like, she had this sort of weird thing of like following her mother around, and she was like on top of her and like being like a puppy dog kind of with her. And I'm thinking like, oh, is that gonna like be something relevant, or are they just making her like a hangers on? Like she's just
they just wanted
around. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just wanted to have her get screen time because she was the most unimportant character.
Well, I was saying, like, what was the point of it? Like, the mom could have had a daughter and have her not be on screen anytime the mom.
Yeah, no, like literally at the beginning, I was like, okay, like it's a little family sort of thing, and the dog people, and then at the end, I was like, I still don't care about these people. I was like, I was like, you did nothing to sell me on the fact like that she is valuable, and she's just like.
They defend themselves and they're like, yeah, that was like, okay. Was that the plan? You know,
the Mando was just going to have like sex with her or something with his mask on, or his helmet on.
So Marty,
he's like, I have a Beskar penis. You want to try that out?
Beskar dick.
The best penis.
The Beskar
penis. So Marty, if you asked me
dick
a year ago which one was my least favorite, it might have been episode 4, the one we just talked about.
Yeah, so, and it's funny because this episode, it sounds like something straight from Clone Wars too. There's literally an episode where they teach a village how to fight droidicas, like the ones with like the shields on them, like just
how do you fight them though?
And actually, they were teaching the village of like Saw Gerrera, like Forrest Whitaker's character when he was a kid. So they were teaching that village like how to defend themselves.
Italian later,
like it's pronounced Che Guevara. And, completely different guy.
Whoa, that just blew my mind.
Yeah,
it's actually socialist propaganda. Rogue One.
Classic Rogue One. How do you fight a droidica?
They were just giving them weapons, like it's just saying, "Hey, throw this grenade and it'll work."
With guns.
Yeah, they didn't know how to defend themselves, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna teach you and show you all these weapons and stuff that you can defend themselves." And they're like, "Whoa, cool!" So it was like the same premise of this episode.
They're like, "Oh man, guns shoot stuff," and you're like, "Yeah."
You think Saw Gerrera would have that shit like on already like in his mind, but apparently not.
I'm just so that's good. I'm just so unimpressed with how many fucking Star Wars villages have no sort of capabilities to defend themselves. The guy's like, "Yeah, I grow barley. Me and my 20 buddies, we're out here growing barley." And like some dude shows up and is like, "I'm taking your barley," and they're like, "Oh fuck!" and run away. And I'm like, dude, like maybe you should like invest a little bit in defending your crops in your town. And
also
if you're growing barley right now and you have barley in your room, like what do you have to defend it?
Yeah,
if I don't have barley.
How do you stop the dog people from taking your barley right now?
I definitely felt
like ain't so easy, is it?
You're a dick.
What you getting at, Aaron?
Not so easy.
Like it was weird that this episode felt like filler. Like it was just like a one-off like story at episode 4 of an 8-episode season. Like it's weird to me.
It was not cohesive.
Well, but there's not like we were joking about how the season is like 4.5 hours. You can't tell me that there's not a super tight like Star Wars story that you could, you like that, Brian. The story you could have told through.
Brian's like super
4 hours. Like I don't know. I thought it was weird that this one definitely, and I think it's the longest episode we've had so far.
Is it really?
I think it is. I think
first one might be the longest, but it's probably like the second.
I think it's It's over 40 minutes. But
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Bryce Dallas Howard is smoking hot. I like her.
She directed
this. Yeah.
Dude, she's the redhead in Jurassic Park.
Yep.
Yeah, she's in also she got Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
No, nobody cares. Nobody cares about that. She was
Wes. You don't like any Mirror.
No, you're right. She was.
Wes has no reflection. He's a.
She was. No, we'll make fun of me in a second. She was the lady. She was a lady in water. Magnifique. She was a lady in Lady in the Water, man.
Yeah,
Lady
movie. She was the one who had sex with a fish. Or am I thinking of a different movie?
No, you're thinking of
one Best Picture.
You're thinking of Fish Fuckers.
Shape of Water. Yeah.
Shape of Water. Okay.
Lady in the Water was the guy who lived in the shitty apartment and he walked out to his pool one day.
Paul Giamatti, dude.
And Paul Giamatti's like
Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti's like, I see Frankie Muniz's script. I got to make a movie.
Yeah.
Dude, Frankie Muniz
has this big rhino suit and runs through the city.
Frankie Muniz has long-term memory loss. Fun fact.
Dude, he does.
Yeah,
he doesn't remember any of Malcolm in the Middle, which is crazy.
Isn't that insane? Wow, it's like he was never in the middle. Also, I don't like mirrors.
It just takes some time.
Especially black ones, you can't even see shit.
Little girl, you're in the middle of the ride.
I was bummed that, like, and again, not that the episode was bad necessarily, but it definitely felt like this is like a side story.
No, I agree.
If we were season 3, episode 6 of 10, like, I'd be fine with this being like a breather between whatever, but it's not like the first 3 episodes were so dense with stuff and so action-packed that I'm like, oh my god, I need a break. I need him to go fuck off to a village for an episode.
Yeah.
No,
I need him to help. I need him to help the fish people.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
What about the crawdads? Like, I don't care.
What about the crawdads?
No, dude. Honestly, if this podcast made money, I'm hands down certain That
Maybe a
hashtag, what about the crawdads, would be a t-shirt.
It'd be trending.
Hashtag, what about the crawdads? I would wear that
Gold.
shirt all the time.
That's
I
like
would wear
that
that
one.
Timestamp it, Brian.
Oh, you
the
know I
league
will.
episode where Andre's crawdaddy. You ever see that one?
Oh,
Where Andre, they all just do like Kevin's Bobo Man or Pete's Bobo Man.
Yeah.
Andre's
no,
crawdaddy.
wait. Yeah, on a crawdad, man. It's, my Quipmunk?
Yeah, he's gonna steal his equipment. And then
That's my Quipmunk. It's the Bobo Man.
that's my character in Among Us. I call myself Bobo Man.
Oh, that's fucking great. He's gonna touch my Quipmunk.
That actually, to not deviate from that Among Us too quick, where you guys were talking a little bit about, now that we're kind of wrapping stuff up on
We're
the
pretty
two
much
episodes.
wrapped. They escaped.
Yeah,
the
well-
Yeah. No, give me a good rap.
Yeah, they get away.
Oh, someone tries to kill Baby Yoda, and Che
I'm telling you,
Guevara
bro,
kills.
Subway, good raps.
Yeah, it's one of those guys with the big long nose thing. That's the same guy, same species.
Beep boop, beep boop.
He's Pinocchio.
Beep boop beep. The same species that beep boop. Same species that that is like Han Solo's over here when he's in Mos
Yeah.
Eisley.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
You're right.
Fun
Oh.
facts. Same like
Good job.
elephant trunk face.
Imperial
person.
spy or whatever he is.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, Stormtrooper. That's what he sounds like in my head. That's probably
So
not what he sounds like.
I was trying to not get too far.
Sidetracked?
But we were talking about.
Yikes.
Are we broadcasting? Because we were talking about playing Among Us, possibly. Is that something we want to broadcast on our Twitch?
Yeah, that'd be fun to
try
do. We all play some
hop
Among Us.
on the hype train. 'Cause you
Yeah.
can do it on your phone, right? We were saying you can do it.
Oh,
Yeah,
on
I think what would be fun is, you guys could play on your phone. We still
Yeah.
pull up a Facebook group so I could get your faces, and then I capture it all. Obviously, I won't be able to capture your screens, but my screen might be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been able to play with Daryl while he's on his hot air balloon trip, and we've had a pretty good time with
Nice.
it. So.
Oh, he gets great service because he's so high in the air.
Yeah, I have to give him a call and just let him know what the code is for the lobby I'm in. But yeah, he gets to work.
Yeah, no, Daryl put a pretty good fucking fantasy lineup out against me this week too, from the hot air balloon.
I
So,
heard all about it.
I actually heard Daryl was back, and he was campaigning door to door for Ross Perot.
He went back in time. That's a political joke, Brian.
yeah,
It's
Brian,
a
we
deep
didn't
cut. It's a
major
deep
we didn't
cut.
major in that kind of shit, bro. Like we didn't go to school for that, bud.
Yeah, he's out knocking doors, trying to get some small donations, and he's on the Ross Perot ticket.
How do you spell Perot? Is it like French?
P-E-R-O-T.
I would say it's
No, that's no fun. I want it to be P-E-R-O-U-X. Perot.
like Justin Thoreau.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
I think Ross
That's
Perot's
okay.
actually dead. Yeah, he died last year, July 9th, 2019.
R.I.P.
Rip Ross Perot.
Another hashtag
Lost a
shirt we
legend.
could make. There's another cool hashtag shirt we have. Dude, we
I
have so
should
many
add
cool-
Ross Perot to our Photoshop thumbnail.
That seems in poor taste.
It's
Yeah,
not like
let
you
the,
have to
let the
pay.
man lie, Brian.
You have to pay his estate like a small fee or something.
Daryl,
Yeah.
can we admit Daryl would be someone who would vote for Ross Perot in this election if he were
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Who
so
says he
if,
isn't?
if anybody is interested in checking out our Among Us playthrough, subscribe to the Twitch.
Yeah, I'll text.
sure you
I'll
fucking
text the whole
watch,
group, including the.
yeah.
Look at fucking Aaron. Look at Aaron plugging shit right now.
I was
But
thinking
like
that we should do it earlier in the episode, but
Yeah,
then
that's
we're like,
kind of what
we
I
should
was
talk
getting
about it.
with the subscriptions early. Like maybe we should do our whole plugging in the beginning when people are still listening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
all
say
three
that every
people.
time when we're plugging at the end.
I always
Oh,
plug
shit.
at the end.
But where what people are waiting for is our comments from last week's video.
Oh man.
Yep. Yep, I'm always waiting.
So the infallible donkey flap says,
The inflappable donkey flap.
if
Pouring
you
out
are
my
the
boy.
head that floats atop the ziggurat, then the stairs that lead to you must be infinite. Infinite stairs are unacceptable.
If you
I like
are the head that sits atop the ziggurat, then the stairs to you must be infinite. Infinite stairs are unacceptable. It's
good?
yeah, Mountain of
like
Matthew.
Echo.
Remember that episode?
No.
What show?
Yeah, they when he has he's just laying down and he's looking up and the little cracks in the ceiling, the little worm comes through and he goes, I'm going out. And he gets on his little lemon camel and he goes to the Mountain of Matthew where all like those people just like sacrifice themselves. And then he's like, if you are the head, and he does the whole speech. I'm not doing it again, but he does the whole speech and then he like jumps at him and they're like, oh, and then he yells, come try it, Grease. Because they go, get him, and he goes, oh, come try it, Grease, and he has his sound sword, and they pull him out of there. Finn pulls him out of there. That's a great episode, man. Come try it, Grease is a fucking great line. I use it all the time. I'm in line sometimes, and somebody's like, oh, can I like get one of these? I'm like, come try it, Grease. And they're like, I don't. Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm not gonna come try it, Grease. I'm like,
We got to drop our sponsor, Adventure Time.
And Grease.
Yeah, Big Grease. Crisco, the whole spiel.
Big Grease.
All right. Anyone? I think we've done our whole closing checklist, right?
Yeah, he did the comments.
Oh, yeah, like and subscribe, and we already talked about that shit. Yeah, next week, only episode 5, one episode. We're
oh man,
we are.
Why are we
doing
only one?
Tomorrow will be 4 weeks away from season 2. Because it doesn't release all at once. It's
we're timing it out to do an episode a week, Wes. Once the second season's out.
I'm confused.
Yep.
Well, maybe you'll figure it out next week. Anyone have a close? Anyone ready?
I'm confused.
All right. Well, I will just do a simple one. Anyone want to lead me in?
And as we always say,
podcast.
This is the way.
Come try it, Grease.
Why isn't Tudor's song playing? This is
Grease!
the way. Mute your mics.
All crap.
Come try it, Grease.